hot now, and I got a cramp. Whew. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my page, my channel, my account, whatever this is. Something near and dear to my heart is financial literacy. I'm like the go-to person for my friends to call, text, like hit up when it comes to things of finance. That's also something that I wanted to talk about, like a lot different like things that we could do as a Black community to kind of like get our finances right. For me, after college, when I graduated, I had a really hard time just trying to adult, and it sucked. And it felt like my life was like falling apart because I didn't have my finances together. I didn't have a budget. All of my cards were maxed out. I had no money. I had no job, like nothing. And I was living in Florida, so I wasn't living at home at the time. It really opened my eyes to how important it is for you to, one, have a budget, two, have decent credit, and three, when you have decent credit, you can get anything that you want. So really today what I want to talk about is how you can start building your credit and how you can get anything that you want as long as you have a decent budget and good credit. There are two really easy ways for you to begin building your credit, and one is buying a car, and two is getting what's called a secured credit card. Oh, my credit is not too bad right now. Right now my credit for TransUnion is a 630 and my credit with Equifax is a 650. And your credit can range, it ranges from 300 to 850. The perfect credit score obviously being an 850. Buying a car is super scary. It's not like a pleasant process, and it really depends on the dealership that you go to and the information that you know. So the general rule of thumb when you're purchasing a car is you want to have a 20% down payment. So to give you kind of like an idea, 20% of a $10,000 car is $2,000. With 20% down, no one's really going to tell you no if you can bring a 20% down payment to the table. When you have your down payment, you're lowering the price of the car, and you're kind of just like making yourself less of a financial risk for the banks to take with you. It was very important for me to pay my car note the day before the first. That looks really good on your credit. When you're paying in advance, that looks really good to the banks because you're not accumulating interest. You never want to pay anything at the very last moment, and you never want to pay the bare minimum. At that point in time, my car payment was like $280. I paid $289, and I constantly paid $289. So I would say about 6 months after I had the car and I looked at my bank statement, my car payment was no longer $289. It was definitely something much less. On a car, you have something that's called a daily simple interest loan. Every day after the first, your note is accumulating interest. When you're paying it in advance and putting a little bit extra on, you can actually lower your car note and you'll be paying your car off a lot faster. So that's really how I was able to retire her before the loan terms were up and hop onto the Lexus. So having the Infinity really helped build my credit. It kind of like boosted my credit score up, and you will notice immediately if you use Credit Karma, which is a really good free service, and they allow you to check your credit as much as you want whenever you want without any dings on your credit. Another thing that you can do, and it's really cool, when you check out Credit Karma, it tells you all of the things that are on your credit. Like if you have any past due bills, if you have anything that has gone to collections, anything that's affecting your credit negatively, Credit Karma will highlight those things for you so that you can go take care of them. So that's like the first part of it. After I had the car for a couple months, like my credit score like shot up, I would say by 100 points. So the first credit card that I was able to apply for and get approved for is called a secured card. And pretty much what a secured card is you put a certain amount of money down. You could put like 120, 200, 400, you know, you give the bank that money and they will send you a credit card with a credit limit of however much you gave them. So I got me a card, you know, with $200 credit on it, and I would put gas in my car, and then every week I would pay off the credit card. Don't do the bare minimum. If you have money set aside in your budget for gas this week and you go get gas and your gas is $50 and you have $50 on your debit card, use your credit card to pay for the gas and then take that $50 that's on your debit card and put it back on your credit card. And you essentially replenish your money. So it's not like you're actually losing anything, you just don't have cold hard cash. Then it looks really good on your credit, so your credit starts to rise. So now the bank is like, oh, okay, we can trust him with some money, we can give him some more money. Depending like on the card, you'll have like 6 months to a year of you constantly paying your card and constantly being good with your card, and then they will finally increase your credit limit. It might be like by $100 or something. So there are a lot of things that, like, you know, go into having credit. Your credit score will factor in a lot of things, and when you're exploring through Credit Karma, it'll tell you all the things that factor in your grand total credit score. If you're spending more money than you're putting back on your cards, that's gonna put you in the red. Anyway, so yeah, so that was like really how I was able to build up my credit. You can own anything you want as long as your finances are put together and decent. You could do anything. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, obviously you can leave them below, or you can DM me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much. Peace.